Welcome to Conversation with Luciana, Part 2, Secrets That You Keep May Kill You or Will Kill You in Your Sleep. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to do a follow-up podcast about the woman who found out that her husband was sleeping around, cheating, committing adultery, having an affair with men. Now, it may not surprise you that she stayed with him. You know, may not be a shocker to you guys because the way things are going, nothing surprised me. You never know what somebody's breaking point is, and clearly that was not her breaking point. Um, I don't know what to say other than that's the life that you chose to live. The lie, the deception, the deceit that you tend to want to cover up and bury. Uh, and some people feel like, well, we're going to work on it, which is fine if that's what you want to do. Some people say, well, there's no coming back. You know what? Let's not be judgmental. Let's not be judgmental when I say that because we don't know what you bounce back from. We don't know. Um, that to me is a bitter pill to swallow. Um, no pun intended. It's just too much. It's just too much for me to even wrap my head around it that I can move past it. There's certain things that you can't move past, or I should say that I won't move past. That to me, I'm not moving past that. I'm not moving past that. Do I believe that she knew? She had to have some idea. She had to have some idea. Maybe they had an understanding. Don't know. But I was floored to hear that some women or I shouldn't make it about just women. Some people are willing to accept it. And that's the way they choose to live their life. I don't have no, who am I to sit there and say, well, you're wrong, you should leave, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to tell you what I wouldn't put up with, but I'm different. I'm different. And most people, could say on the surface that they wouldn't deal with that. And I believe them. I honestly believe that they wouldn't. Because that's a little bit too much for the human psyche. I would be in therapy a lot longer than I probably should have been with this bombshell that's being dropped in my lap. I mean, you're going to have somebody walk you through it. Jesus, a therapist, because that's a lot. That's a lot to unpack. So I will be in therapy for a long time. But that being said, she chose to stay with him. And, they're going to work it out. I don't know how. But I'm not in their marriage. I'm not in their marriage. If it wasn't a marriage, was it easy to walk away from it? Well, that she should leave. Well, if you take your vow seriously, it said for better and for worse. And clearly, this was pretty bad. This was worse. You got to work through it. You got to work through it. Now, he's talking about leaving his situation and going to be with that person. That's on him. Does it take away from your sexuality? I don't think so. Do you question? Are you woman enough? Are you man enough? I don't think that you should put the blame on that other person. It's just it's just like we're all reeling from it. Cause I was like, what the fudge? But again, I'm not here to cast my net of what do you call that word I'm looking for? Disapproval on somebody. I'm not doing that. Shocked? Yeah. Run out and tell everybody? Probably not. Because again, people were like, oh, you're not woman enough. You're not man enough to keep them. Man, you can't control what another person does and who they do it with. You can't. The fact that he lied to her and didn't give her the opportunity to say, I don't want to be a part of this, your shenanigans, that is wrong for her. But if she's willing to fight for her man, then let her fight. I'm just not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna listen to you complain when he don't come home, or he's going out with his boys and you investigating. That's the worst thing that you can do is play Inspector Nosy Ass Gadget when they already lied to you before. They just gonna get better, craftier with their lies, or more, or they could be. Well, they just tell you flat out what they're doing. What you gonna do? You're gonna be mad and upset. But hey, to each his own, right? But no, you know, at first I was saying I hope it's not true because you don't want it to be true. But if it is true, that's a reality that I probably was just like, you know what, boy, if you don't get away from me with that, you know. But yeah, so they're gonna work it out. Now, for how long we don't know. They might try to work it out, and she might say, I can't deal with this, and just say after 3 months I'm out. Well, she should have left him prior to that. Stop it with your finger pointing self. You know, there's somebody should have probably left you for some things that you did. But they didn't. So you don't get to point your finger at somebody else's situation. All you can just say is, thank God it's not me. But I know there's some skeletons in my closet that if I don't want to deal with either. Or I wasn't at my breaking point when I first found out, but now I am. Whatever. But no, I think that's just too much for me. I think that is just way beyond my willing of acceptance. I'm like, man, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I can't do this. I can be your friend from a distance, but again, I just can't deal with the lies. I can't with the lies and the uh the predicament you put me in that I'm questioning, my overall health, my well being. That's where I'm questioning. I'm like, damn, you willing to risk my life for yours? I mean, you can risk yours all day long, but my life? Come on now. Anyway, but that's it. Part two, that she decided to stick with it and make it work. Now, I'm not saying that he did. He didn't say he was staying with it. He's just like, damn, what do you do? You know, um, we got investments. We got kids. We got family. You gonna blow it up? Nobody needs to know. In this day and age, with open relationships are on the rise because everybody's doing everybody, and it doesn't matter as long as you're open and honest. Marriage is, for some people, no longer sacred or between a man and a woman. You can be married and have a girlfriend. You can be married and have a boyfriend. I mean, I don't know what it is. But to some people that have that understanding, they're not going to get into all that. They took their vow seriously and meant something. I'm cool with it. And some people don't get married because they're not willing to be with one person. That's their choice. You can't marry a person that's like to go out and meet people, and you know they won't settle down, but they decide to settle down with you because they found something in you that they wanted to be a part of, but they really didn't want marriage. And some of us some people give people ultimatums, and they were just like, well, this is a good thing. They taking care of business. They got a good hair show. They got a good job. Why not, marry them for that security? And not the commitment. They marry them for the security. And next thing you know, you going through it, and it's kind of like they lay out with this, and you looking on the through their phone, and they in. The funniest thing I heard somebody had did is that they were dating this girl, and they were about to have a baby by this female, and the female happened to look up on Facebook, and he in a different uh country, or he's somewhere on vacation with this female, and she's about to give birth to his baby. And I'm like, and they try to make it work after, but he didn't hide it. He did not hide it at all. And she had nothing to say, but she was just looking. I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to say, or what can I possibly say to you to make this go away or make you feel better. However, I do want to point out, when you get pregnant intentionally, oh, I know y'all going to say, well, it takes two. Come on now. We all know those females. And if you a guy, you got a female friend that did this stuff on purpose. And if you a female, you know that you try to trap somebody or just want to have a part of them to make their life a living hell, because y'all were just kicking it. All of a sudden, you got pregnant. He's going to do the right thing or say to do the right thing, and then all of a sudden it didn't work out. Can't get mad. You can get mad. Yes, you can. But at the end of the day, what you going to do? And so I was looking, I'm like, well, you did. You kind of knew he was like that, right? Well, I didn't expect. I thought the baby would change. Well, when you got pregnant, did he tell you he was going to marry you? No. He just said that you can live in here. I'm going to take care of you while you're going through this. But we were just kicking it. We were just hanging out. We were just F-buddies or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm bonded to life with you because we have the child. But I never forget her face. I'm like, come on, girl, don't be dumb. That's why I have to tell people, do not play the stupid game with me, because you had to know. Now, some people, you don't know, and I say that you don't know because it's like, the side chick or the mistress don't want to be hidden anymore, so she come up and tell you, oh, I'm pregnant. And you be like, what the freak is this? But that guy is going to do whatever he can to keep that mistress or that side chick from telling his wife or his main, where his bread and butter, where he lay his head, that he's about to have a baby by somebody. We hear it in songs all the time, but some of this stuff is just, it's beyond the veil. It's just kind of like, what the freak is going on? Do any of you guys have any type of decorum? Did anybody just kind of like, I am not going to do this? Nope. Now it's a free-for-all because, again, we're in a day and age of society where it's getting close to do whatever you feel, and there's no consequences. I still believe there's some people that will hold people accountable. They do. They're from the old school. Like, what you're not going to do is this. This is what you're not going to do. You're not going to come in this house anytime you feel like it. I'm not going to see you out with the female or the male, and I'm not going to check you. I'm not going to degrade myself and go all off. But I'm not going to let you do this either. I'm not going to let you, come lay your head or on the pillow because you got tired of running them streets. That's not going to work. I'm not going to be accepted or receptive to your shenanigans. I'm not going to do that. Some people are. I'm not going to do that. Everybody has their breaking points. Everybody has their limits. I'm not here to tell you what yours should be. That's not what it's about for me. But I'm just saying, if you acknowledge what's going on, don't complain if you're complicit in the BS. You don't get to tell me that your husband is sleeping with men and you chose to stay with him, and that's a problem that he goes out with his boys. And you wondering, is he sleeping with them? I'm like, well, what do you think? Now it's just in your face. Now it's no denying it. Sometimes people will shock you into reality and say, this is it. This is it. Some of them celebrities got rocked with that shit. And they knew all along that their man was double dipping. They knew it. But it got just so, I mean, it just became just too much when their income bracket changed. And then, they got the man got greedy and thought he can just have it both ways. And it was like, nah, motherfucker, you can't do that. I got a brand to protect. Now, I got you guys not gonna have access to this because you running amok. Now, before when we was in a small we was a little fish in a big pond. I was like, well, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I got room to swim around and to see what's going on. But now that I am the biggest fish, oh, I'm not gonna let you do this. You ain't gonna make a mockery of this. No, she's not gonna have the Lexus and the college funds and all that all for me. Oh no, 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 no. You got to go. I'm just saying, you know. And some of these people need to understand that stuff that you have is courtesy of somebody else. That's why they can do whatever they want to do because there's two. Now that it's just you and that person, they don't have access to that no more. So they trying to figure out, like, well, what am I going to do? I don't know what you're going to do. But you don't have no keys to the Lex, and you don't have access to the unlimited credit card either. When he get paid, she get paid. That's it. That is all. That check is what they have. So yeah, it was it's definitely one of those things where you have to sit back and not, I'm not saying not question, because you always have to question things, and you should, but we're not here to judge, though. That's what I want people to do. Take your judgmental hat off and stop acting like you have the right to judge somebody else's circumstance. Now, you can have an opinion, because we all got opinions, but that doesn't mean that I could sit there and tell you you're wrong or pass judgment on somebody else because they chose to live or stay in a situation that most of us wouldn't, put up with, tolerate with. But, to each his own. I'ma stay in my lane and drive my car. I just wanted to give you guys a part two. Yeah, she stayed with him. She didn't leave. She wasn't gonna leave. She felt like she invested a lot into that relationship, and she's willing to deal with it. And I wish them, I wish her the best of luck. She obviously knows the risk, and she's willing to accept those risks. And you have to not fault somebody for that. Although we want to, we can't always blame other people for the choices that they make. We don't have to tolerate and listen to it, but we don't have to accept or try to figure out or make a decision for them based on the choice that they made. That's where decisions, consequences all play into factor when you are, hearing a story. You got to take yourself out. That's why I think it was so important that we need more now than ever. Not saying a voice of reason because everybody's going to have an opinion, but I think you have some people say it is what it is. This is what it is. Stop sugarcoating it. Let people deal with that. Let us marinate that steak right there. Okay, it's still steak, whether how you marinate it, but if you leave it out and don't refrigerate it, it's going to become unedible. It really truly is. If you don't throw it on the grill, even if you throw it to the grill, put fire on it, it's still not going to stop it from not being good for you or to you. But, again, people have their own opinions of things. So, yeah, be careful how you entertain um, or allow yourself to become judge, jury, prosecutor, defense attorney, all in one, and you might actually become the star witness, or it may one day come back and bite you in the patootie. But yeah, it's just I'm not even saying it's sad. I'm just saying I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised of what people will allow. I'm just not surprised anymore. It doesn't surprise me. When I'm shocked, I'm shocked. I'm like, damn, did that really just happen? I mean, that's like, well, I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. Some of the stuff you can see coming. You can see coming. Come on. Let's not be naive, okay? Let's not be naive. But anyway, thank you for joining Conversation with Luciana. The secret that you keep may kill you in your sleep, part two. Follow up on what happened, because everybody wants to know. It's like a cliffhanger. I want to know. I want to know sooner than later. I don't want to know in, 3 months when you circle back. I'm telling y'all, like within a month, what happened. So anyway, again, don't judge people. It's not for us to understand. It's just for us to sit back and say, damn, glad it ain't me. No, I'm just playing. Thank you for joining the conversation with Lou John. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, as well as you get your podcast. Tune in. I'm on a roll. I recorded almost like 15 episodes. So I'm excited. I feel that. I feel it. I feel it. I'm going to be somewhere next year that I'm trying to get to, which is the radio or what have you. But I'm taking y'all with me. Y'all coming with me because we are family. I'm not going to sing. All right, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out. Peace.